Hello then, Starscream here. It's not really a tour review. I just want to show you what you can do if you don't mind experimenting on Transformers. It's not so much a kit bash, which is why I've put up on the title, but it's more repaints and customizing the stickers you put on them. There's a shop called Repo Labels in the States where you can order them online, and it really does give a very good alternative to a Transformer. Now I'm going to show you some that I've done myself and give you some ideas of what you can do if you want to bother. They're a bit of work. I'm trying to improve the lighting because actually I'm trying to rely primarily on the pictures this time instead of blabbering on. Anyway, look. This here is a Generation Reissue 1 Jazz. Okay, and look. And you probably notice, I'll try and be as slow as I can for the camera to keep up. He's painted and he has the same stickers applied to him to make him proud. Okay, so this is a police version of Jazz, as you can see. He's very similar, well, he has exactly the same stickers moulded to be applied to Jazz. And with a little bit of repainting, i.e. black paint along the bottom there, as you can see, black paint along there, and with the stickers you get a very good representation of Prowl in a Jazz form. Not too difficult to do. I recommend using the Warhammer paints because they are matte, but they dry a lot quicker. If you use the Humbrol ones, they give a nice glossy finish, but they take a long time to dry, and they are a little bit more tricky because they run, where the Warhammer ones don't run because they're made to be applied to smaller models. But look, that's Proud Jazz. This one I'm particularly proud of, yet again with Repo Labels and a little bit of inspiration from myself. Decepticon Red Jazz. So they did the Decepticon sticker sheet with bits of black, and they allow, this is an actual Target Master Stepper reissue, and I've sprayed this one. I haven't actually painted it. I've taken it to pieces a bit at a time and put it out and sprayed it with red paint. Now you get the best effect with red because it's paint when you spray it, because it's very glossy and it actually gives a very authentic finish. I'm really quite proud of this one. Took me a while to do. As I said, you had to take them complete to pieces. Remember where the screws go and don't lose them. Don't leave it on the floor like you did as a kid, alright? Because you come back and you won't go back together. But there you go. I'm particularly proud of that. And it said he's a Decepticon now. I don't have anything much else to do with him. Here's another one I quite like. You might be interested, everybody, in doing this one because the figure's impossible to purchase. Artfire. Now, as we know, the Target Master Inferno. Very hard to come by. Not so hard if you buy a reissue and colour him yourself. Another one I took apart. I'm afraid the light isn't doing that justice, is it? But look. It's just white paint applied here, white paint applied here. Paint these grey instead of white. Paint black on the feet, white on the feet. And obviously, you have to paint his eyes blue. You have to paint the sirens blue. Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot that. And obviously, the ladder you have to paint grey as well, and apply some grey on here. That's it. You pretty much got Target Master Ironhide, who is Artfire. Now I recommend everybody trying to do that. He appears to be missing a weapon. He had it a minute ago. I'm not quite sure where it's gone. I'm going to get annoyed if I can't find it because it means I have to repaint it. Probably been lost in transit, as they say. Well, anyway, look, it's an idea what to use, and yet again I've used the Warhammer paints because they dry a lot quicker. And I didn't really need a glossy finish for this because primarily most of it is white. Okay, here's some of the more flashy looking ones now. This is Reissue Trax. And look, he's gold. You won't see another one of these again. They didn't even do a lucky draw, and there's no eHobbies exclusives. Very easy to do if you want to do yourself a gold one. In Halfords, they do a metallic gold spray paint, okay? And it's made to go on plastic and metal, so I mean it's perfect for Transformers. And personally, why I did this, remove the tyres, so you don't want to spray the tyres up, and remove all the stickers, especially the rub sign as well. Well, not the stickers, don't apply them, buy the reissues, so you don't have to worry about the stickers. And you just spray them in robot mode, give them a little bit, car mode, sorry, contradicting myself here. Spray them in car mode, leave them to dry, then transform them and spray them again in robot mode. And they do take about 3 or 4 coats. You just have to take your time. This took me about 4 or 5 days to do. I mean, I know it's not particularly big, but if you want to be careful and you want best results from it, do one coat and then let it dry. So that's the end result for that. I mean, I'm afraid the camera really won't do this justice for me, but I'm quite proud of that, because you won't see a lot of others like that. And I have done some more, the gold ones. I've done a gold, believe it or not, this isn't Starscream, this is Skywarp, and he's completely gold. Yet again, my camera does not do me any favours. The same process applies exactly as the same as Trax. I quite enjoy doing that one, actually. And the last couple I'll show you is, I've done the eHobbies exclusive Dead Starscream they did, or Ghost to Starscream. I just went on the internet, I found out how they did it. I pulled this one particularly to pieces and I painted it step by step. It took a very long time, about 2 weeks. And this is the end result. Quite proud of that. Not a bad figure. As I said, I even painted his eyes in red. Can't see it because the camera won't let me. And the last two here, these were release figures which are very expensive and hard to come by. It's black Trax and red Trax. These were hand painted. They are matte, unfortunately. I didn't spray them and I used Warhammer paints. The effects, how they come out, it wasn't too bad, okay? But and it wasn't too bad, the effect, but I'm quite pleased with them, as I said. If you want a glossy finish, use a Humbrol. If you want a matte and a quick drying one, use the Warhammer. Or alternatively, take them to pieces and spray them from scratch. As I said, this just gives you some idea, and look out for a place called Repo Labels because they are brilliant. That's it for now. I'll try and do some more reviews as soon as I can, okay? Thanks.